Hello everyone and welcome back to the Dork Side. I am the Dork in the Forest Road. I'm so happy you found me because today we're going to talk about why I ride and why you should think about riding in the winter, not just in the summer. That's right everyone, I am the Dork in the Road and I want to be your internet riding buddy. So please consider subscribing if you haven't. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you know when I post awesome new content just like this. As you can probably see, I hope, there is snow on the ground and I am in the woods. So I am in the Willamette National Forest. It is early January and our first big snowfall of the year is supposed to come in the next couple days. So I wanted to get up in the light snow and just explore a little bit before maybe it gets harder to even get up this far. But in the past, my bike has just sort of sat in the garage in the winter. I ride it, on the street, or I'll ride them, if we get a sunny day, but I've never really pushed myself to get out into the elements, the weather. I don't know why. I guess that never occurred to me. I thought it would be too hard. I was probably a little afraid. I had some misconceptions, but here I am. This is my third snow trip this winter already. And I intend to keep riding this winter if I can. I just want to talk about my thought process and how I changed my own mind about riding in the winter and encourage you to maybe consider it if it's something that you haven't. A lot of riders ride in the summer, and also this is not intended as a criticism of people who ride in the summer, who don't get out into the shitty weather. I firmly believe that the best way to ride is the way you like to ride. So do whatever you want. I'm just saying, if you see my winter videos and you're like, man, that looks fun, but I don't think I could do that, I'm here to tell you that you can. So really, this is reasons why riding in the winter is not as bad as you think it is. So why did I not want to ride in the winter before? Well, like I said, probably a little afraid, definitely thought it was going to be cold, and it just didn't occur to me. I don't know, it's like in my head. So that's maybe the first step in becoming a winter rider, is accepting that riding in the winter is possible. A lot of people who they don't think about riding in the winter. They think that's not the riding season, it's over, we ride spring, summer, fall, put our bikes up, that's fine. People winterize their bike, that's great. But there is lots of riding to be done in the winter. And the major difference, I think, is the gear that you wear and where you can go. So obviously I can get a lot farther up here in the summer because there's feet of snow not even a couple miles from here. So I would be stopped on my dual sport trying to get up there. There's lots of riding in the non-snowy elevations. You can ride in the snow if you take precautions, bring the right gear, and are just careful and don't get crazy in over your head. Step one, reason one, thing one you need to consider is just in your head, is winter riding even possible? And if it isn't in your head, then you need to shift that. It's a mindset shift. So that's step one, mindset shift. The second thing you need to do to sort of prepare yourself to be successful riding in winter is get the right gear. So I don't wear the same gear in the winter as I do in the summer, obviously. I'm in full waterproof, full thermal liner gear. My boots are the same, but that's about it. These gloves are different, right? They're cold weather insulated gloves. My Tourmaster jacket, I put the liner in. These pants are waterproof, and I'm wearing 2 pairs of socks. That's the difference feet-wise, but otherwise the same waterproof boots I usually wear in the summer. But you need the right gear. So if you don't have the right gear, then yeah, you're not going to be successful riding in the winter. So consider that. There's an investment there. It's a thing to consider if you want to get into winter riding. And there's lots of great winter gear out there, and the only way to know for sure if it's really going to work for you is try it on, but then get out there in the cold and see what happens. Unfortunately, there's a little bit of an investment there to make it feasible, but I strongly encourage you to not only bring, if you're going to be winter riding, it's more dangerous, so you need to have survival gear. Check out my survival gear video for some ideas on that, but basically make sure that you have brought with you shelter, a way to make fire, a way to purify water, which can be your fire if you have something to gather it in and boil snow on, and way to signal. Signal is the least important for your immediate survival, but the one that can make you not need the rest of them. So that I carry a satellite messenger device. You should consider that. InReach is what I have. This is why riding in the winter is awesome. One, I don't know what it is, and maybe this is just me, maybe it's a weird fetish, maybe there's some childhood issues I need to discuss with a therapist. I don't know, but something really appeals to me about being in the elements, bundled up and like protected from them. So like being out in full rain gear or in full waterproof gear like this with pouring down rain or snow or just being cold outside and knowing that I'm comfortable and protected, I love it. Like, I am not like a thrill seeker, I'm not an adrenaline junkie, but something about like being out in the rain. My favorite camping videos to watch are ones where they go out in the woods, in the snow, and build shelters and stuff. Ooh, there's a car. It's an Xterra, fun. There's something about that really appeals to me, and so that's half of the fun. And I get to make videos about it, which you could too if you wanted, but have fun in the snow, y'all. I bet these people think I'm insane on a motorcycle just coming down from the snow. I'm not insane, I'm awesome. That's another bonus benefit. People think you're insane. This is not a well put together video. It's sort of a vlog brain dump, but I really want to just articulate a bit if you are considering riding in the winter. If you think you can't, you can. You totally can. Let me tell you what else is fun about it. Dude, there's nobody else up here. There's no competition in the winter. I just rode down 2 very snowy roads, no tracks on them. I haven't seen, that's the first car I've seen the whole time I've been up here. Though you want the roads and the forest to yourself, doesn't happen anytime like in the winter, so consider that. And with the gear, the nasty weather can be mitigated, so that's a thing. Also, I don't like it when it's hot. This is maybe a me thing, but if you're like me and really the heat bothers you, I'm never too hot when it's cold like this. I would rather bundle up and know that I can open some vents and cool down than just know that I'm too hot and there's nothing I can do about it except maybe ride faster to get the wind flowing. So that's something to think about. We're out of the snow already. It's unfortunate. Here's the most important thing, the biggest, most fun thing about it. And this is an intangible, and it's something you can't understand until you get up here and do it. But my friend Justin, I told him, I don't know why, but I really like riding in the snow, even though it's a lot harder. It's like, I like to suffer, I guess. And he said, it's a quote, but it says something along the lines of, some men don't know they're alive unless they're sitting on a spike, which is a little bit vulgar, I guess. The idea is, if you get out and suffer and push yourself just a little bit, get out into what is potentially a dangerous situation and come back unscathed. I don't know. It's just, like, riding in the woods is fun, but riding in the woods in the winter, like, knowing that it's something that a lot of people wouldn't want to do, knowing that I'm by myself, knowing that, you know, the elements are, if I got stuck out here for the night, there would be a lot more to do to get through than it would. I don't know, like, I sound like I'm being macho and like, oh, I'm such a badass because I'm risking my life. That's not at all what I mean, but it is so great to come out and do something potentially dangerous, or at least there's no guarantees, there's no safety net, right? And come out and just rely on yourself and know that you can get out here, you can get off the beaten path, you can get into shenanigans and get back. My favorite thing is getting back in the truck, soaking wet and turning the heater on and just basking in how awesome it was that I got up here and got all cold and wet. I just like to know that I push myself a little bit. This is a new thing for me I'm discovering about myself. It's great to get back and be like, man, I'm cold and wet and I made it through and I did that on purpose and it was awesome and I was capable and in control the whole time. I don't know. This sounds like I'm projecting insecurities now, but if you get it, you get it, and if you don't, you think I'm full of shit, and that's fine too. I'm not trying to impress anybody. I'm just trying to tell you that there's a piece of this. There's a piece of getting out there when it's not that comfortable, right? It's harder. It's like snowshoeing versus hiking. More of an adventure. That's really what I'm getting at, is I feel like when I come up here and ride around the woods, that's fun, right? And it's a mini adventure, but it's not an adventure like when I come up and go down an abandoned logging road with 6 inches of snow on it and end up somewhere where people haven't been in a while and where people won't go. Like, no one's driving their truck down there. That Xterra's not going down those roads I was just on. I don't know, does that make sense? It's okay, you can tell me I'm full of shit in the comments, that's fine. I hear it all the time. But basically the point is, if you're a person who feels like riding in the winter is impossible or out of the question or just not something you've ever considered, let me just first ask you, challenge you to think about it. Consider it. Think about what stops you from wanting to do it. Is it the discomfort? You can mitigate that with gear. Is it fear? Just make sure that you take the right precautions and, you know, don't go alone. Like, take it easy, or just don't go up very far. Like, riding in the winter in the wet is no big deal. You could do that, just as long as you got waterproof gear and it's relatively warm, and then, you know, dip your toe into the snow a little bit each time. Or I don't know what the winter looks like where you live, but get up there, check it out. It's a whole different forest. It's just a whole different adventure when you're dual sporting or riding off-road or getting out into the wilderness in the winter, or just riding your street bike even. Just take the right precautions, be safe, get the right gear, and trust yourself. And get out there and push yourself, challenge yourself. And if you don't like it, you don't have to keep doing it. But if it's something that you've never considered and you feel like it's impossible, or for whatever reason too hard, or you're ill-equipped, or maybe you feel like you're old and out of shape, that used to be my excuse for everything. You're not. Not everyone's going to do it to the same degree. There's nothing stopping you from riding. Like, I brought my 12-year-old daughter and my dad up here a week ago, and we got up into the snow. We didn't go far. I mean, we got up in a couple inches, we putted around and we came down, but that's a fun adventure. Do it. Get out there, trust yourself, take the right precautions. I can't say that enough. I'm not going to be liable for you getting lost in the woods and freezing to death. Get a satellite communicator, tell someone where you're going to be. That's sort of my take on winter riding, why I like it and why I think you should give it a shot if you haven't. Join me out here. My plan, and this is my first winter really of solid winter riding, but my plan is to ride every couple of weeks, couple times a month, as much as possible, all winter. So it's mid-January. January and February are the worst, coldest months here. And then, of course, when March rolls around, we'll be riding up here too. So hope you'll subscribe and come along with me as I get into those adventures, and I hope you'll get out there, come and comment and tell me about your adventures. All I want to do is share my love of this sport, this passion with all of you, and encourage and inspire other people to get out and enjoy it too, because it's amazing. And I spent way too much time, way too many years of my life not having adventures like this because of stupid reasons and misconceptions and honestly fear. So a little bit of a rant. So if you made it this far, congratulations. I'm really proud of you. Thank you very much. You must be dedicated. Think about leaving a like, and I also have a Patreon if you're interested. Patreons get shout outs and videos, free stickers and t-shirts, so no obligation whatsoever, but if you want to support me as I keep getting into these adventures, that's a great way to do it. It's been great adventuring and ranting with you, and as always, please do not forget to be excellent to each other. Thank you.
Excellent!
Oh, what a day, y'all. What a day. What a ride. What a time. What a life. I'm cold. My feet are cold. 3 pairs of socks next time. Put that in the video.